I'm back to show you another chapter in the Solution Focused Brief Counseling School Counseling Toolkit, and we're looking at Chapter 4, Scaling Questions. So like the last chapter, it starts out with the basics. What are scaling questions, when they're helpful, examples in practice, how to use them after the miracle question or in conjunction with the miracle question, and how you can use them for progress monitoring throughout your sessions. Then we have our sample script. We started with that step 1 miracle question. It's the same one, and now we're just building onto it with our next step, our scaling. Then there's lots of scaling question prompts that you can use for a variety of topics. And then there are just some templates that you can use. It's my blank scale, 0 to 10. So it can be my anger scale, my anxiety scale, my confidence scale, whatever you want it to be. There's also a ladder, or you can do a fist to 5. You can really make these your own for whatever your student needs. There's a thermometer that's also a 0 to 5 scale. There is an anger scale with emojis and a little temperature check. And then there's another one where they can add their own faces. So it doesn't have to be anger. It could be any emotion that they're working through. And then there's this ladder page where they're just describing what each number on the scale would actually look like for them. What does it look like when I'm at a 0? What does it look like when I'm at a 10? And the same thing for a 0 to 5 scale. And then there's a comic strip template, so they can draw what it looks like or what their life looks like when they're at each particular number, 0 to 10. And there's also one for 0 to 5. Then we have these tools that they can use to kind of keep track of things throughout the week. So if they're using a 0 to 5 scale, they can use this one, and they just mark the date and what they are at on their scale that day, because they can add something to explain why and have a goal for the week. And then we can have a T-chart. What does it look like when I'm at this number? What does it look like when I'm just one number different? And they can write it or they can draw the differences. You can also do it if you are using a 0 to 10 scale, 2 numbers different. This is what I look like at this number. This is what I look like when I'm 2 numbers different. We have lots of templates to show a comic strip of what it would be like to move just one number forward or just 2 numbers forward, depending on what scale your student is using. So they can draw what they would do to get themselves there. They're starting to kind of work through some problem solving, but here's what I look like when I'm at this number. Here's what I do throughout my day to get myself to another number. And then we have a progress monitoring tool so that they can note how they're doing each day for the week before they come back to check in with you. So it's that 0 to 10 point scale. They can just color in, make a little bar graph to show you how they were doing. I'll be back soon for another chapter.